Good afternoon. Welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off the wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see in most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and of divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss for the most part. For links to the articles, the music, anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Alexander.
And I am Mr. Wick, aka Rompister, aka Baby Don't Hurt Me.
So, hold on a second, where is it?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Actually, I was doing the wrong dance. I have to do this. I gotta do the head bob. And of course, we got Nerdgle. He's currently AFK, but he will be back. And you, of course, our you viewer. Today is Friday, aka Friday, May 26, 2023. Let's jump into the news. Mr. Rombiser, do you want to read the headlines?
Hang on, I'm currently driving.
Oh, okay, never mind. I will read them then.
I'll listen in.
From
Yeah,
Oddity
I'll
Central. Okay, what?
I said, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, no, I'll be listening
Okay.
and all that, yeah.
From Oddity Central, we have male makeup master can transform into a totally different person. Heitin Yan, a Japanese makeup expert and online influencer, has the power to completely transform his appearance to the point where he becomes completely unrecognizable. 22-year-old Heitin Yan is very popular in his home country of Japan, with almost 700,000 followers on Twitter and millions of fans on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, but his popularity recently transcended national borders after one of his tweets went viral. In it, the self-taught makeup wizard posted two photos of himself with and without makeup, and to say they are night and day would be a serious understatement. Apart from a piercing under his lower lip, there is literally no way to tell that it is the same person in both of these photos. And that is yikes. Like, you know, trap ahoy, bro. Jesus. Welcome to the show, Creek Alley. How are you today?
Hey Xander. I'm all right. Still bummed, but all right. Made a very nice gumbo, and now I see this, and the gumbo is not settling correctly, because everything I know is a lie.
Yeah, you know, like, see,
that brings catfish to a whole new level.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, like, I've been saying this for a long time, like, common females are always going around saying, oh, all men do is lie. It's like, well, you don't even need to open your mouth to lie. Your face is doing it all for you. You know, like, it's literally called makeup. I mean, like...
True. Well, I mean, why is it called makeup? Because that doesn't...
The forearms give it away, honestly.
No, it makes sense. Now that I've said it out loud, makeup is making up for what you don't have or something like that.
You're making up something, you know? You're putting something on that's not you. Like...
Yeah, fair enough. That's very true.
I mean, like I physically am as pure as you can get. Like, you know, I've never dyed my hair. You know, I've never shaved it. I have no tats, no piercings.
Yep.
You know, like no anything. You know. Hell, I've never touched a female plumbing. I was a C-section. I've never once touched. So I'm as pure as you can get physically. Mentally, I'm a mess. But you know, that's another story.
Hi, Rogan.
Hello.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here. What else do we got? Who wants to read the headlines?
Russian cafe breaks internet. Whoa. You had me for the first half, I'm not going to lie, but I really don't feel comfortable. With breast milk lattes. What would that entail? Goodness gracious. Brings a whole new meaning to mommy milkers.
My goodness.
Yikes.
Says here, a cafe in the Russian city of Perm has been getting a lot of attention after announcing plans to introduce a controversial breast milk infused latte on its menu. Perm-based cafe chain Coffee Smile has been the talk of the Russian internet over the past week after announcing intentions to use real human breast milk as an ingredient to coffee products like lattes and cappuccinos. The craziness started earlier this month when Coffee Smile locations started plastering posters advertising the controversial new ingredients. People started sharing photos of the photos on social media, and before long, local businessman and Coffee Smile owner Maxim Kobelev released a promotional video claiming that his cafes will be using genuine breast milk stored in special pharmacy-grade bags. Yuck.
At least it's pharmacy grade bags. Thank God. I was
Oh my
worried
God.
for a little bit, but
Art
Thank God.
isn't all milk breast milk?
I mean, technically not almond milk.
Technically, yeah.
Almonds don't have udders, so...
That's true. I've never seen a titty on an almond.
I
but
have,
to be
actually.
fair-
I have, to be honest. So...
Oh,
Well,
have you
if
ever
you
seen a
squint
titty on
really
a
hard,
cashew?
if you squint really hard and put the broad side of the almond downward, it
All
kind of looks
almonds
like
look like tits.
a titty.
Yeah, all almonds look like tits if you, I guess, squint hard enough. Didn't even think about it like that. Very
Especially the
interesting.
long
Oh.
almonds, they look like old lady tits because of the sagging. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! I was, yeah, I guess I'm never gonna eat almonds anyhow, but I mean, there goes my
Well,
heart health.
at the very least, you'll never look at almonds the same again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be eating it thinking, wow, this is just a salted bag of old lady boobs.
ew.
Disgusting.
Oh my God. Anyway,
Ew.
wow.
See, Xander, this is the kind of
I don't even know what to say about that conversation.
Ooh. You
Anyway,
know what?
this is the
Now on, I'm
content
gonna
we
eat
should
fucking
produce, yeah.
cashew.
yeah, this is quality content right here. So,
Please don't
all
ruin
right.
cashews for me. That is my favorite nut. Do not relate it to a balls or a.
well, now you've
nipple
given me
or
a
anything.
challenge.
Do not
Anyway,
say cashews look like it, please.
Nurgle, would you care to read this headline, please?
The world's strongest animal can lift 1,180 times its own body weight.
Yeah, I
Is that
can.
an
I
ant?
can't see the picture.
Ant?
I can't
Is it
see
an
the
ant?
picture.
We'll show the picture here in a second. Measuring about 1 millimeter in size, the oribated mite or armored mite is
Oh.
recognized as the strongest creature on Earth. It can lift over
Wow.
1,000 times its own body weight. For us humans, being able to lift even double our own body weight is an impressive athletic achievement, but that pales in comparison to the strength displayed by creatures hundreds of times smaller. The Asian weaver ant, for example, can lift 100 times its own body weight, while the dung beetle can lift up to 400. That's like a human being able to lift tens of tons, Superman stuff. But even then, these impressive insects don't come as close to the strongest creature on the face of the Earth.
Wow.
The tiny orbited mite, which takes it to an extremely strong exoskeleton, can lift a whopping 1,180 times its own body weight. So it's that little thing. Like,
Oh, God.
No shit.
It looks.
Tiny.
It looks
Yeah.
like a fucking boba that you would put in a tea. Yeah.
Looks like a tick.
great. Not that I didn't need any more reason not to drink that stuff, but now I have another.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you ruined almond. Boba tea.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing looks like also give you a nasty bite. Sure.
Yeah, they look like ticks.
Yeah, that's what I.
They're
Oh,
really-
that's what I was. It does look like
Those
a
are
like a lumped up tick after they've been sucking for a while.
E.
Those things are like those bug. That little bug right there is like the Brian Shaw of
Ha!
bugs.
The Brian
Actually,
Shaw.
it's like the Eddie Hall of bugs.
Right.
I had to get rid of a
Ants
tick
when
on
they
my
live
leg
dead.
earlier.
Ants when
tick
they lift
season.
10 times their body weight.
What
Well,
else
that's
do we
why I
got
thought it
here?
was at first. Ants are like ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Taiwanese restaurant serves ramen dish topped with scary deep sea creature.
Ooh.
Oh fuck yeah! Isopod. Yeah.
Yep.
That's so isopod in lobster. I gotta tell you, and I've told this to my fiance who eats seafood like shellfish. That's a bug. I don't care how you say that a shrimp is delicious, yada yada. It's a sea bug.
Oh.
It's a bug, is what it is. And if it has an exoskeleton,
But
it's a bug.
shrimp isn't
Got
an
you.
isopod.
But it still has an
A shrimp is-
exoskeleton, so therefore it's
A shrimp
sea
is a
bug.
crustacean. But it's
A crustacean is
it's
just a
not an
giant
isopod.
insect.
Yeah, crustacean is fancy for cockroach
Yeah.
of the sea.
Yeah.
But there is a difference between an isopod and a crustacean.
Not when it
Yeah,
comes
an
to what's on
isopod
my
is a-
plate.
well,
An
I was gonna say,
isopod is a
crustaceans
big,
actually
gross
taste good,
big bug.
especially when you dip them in butter. It's really good.
I do love crab meat dipped in like clarified butter, but
You gotta.
still
you
there's
gotta.
that thought in the back of my mind where I'm like, holy shit, I'm eating a bug. This is a bug.
Anyway, it says here, a Taipei-based restaurant has been getting a lot of attention for its newest addition to the menu, a ramen dish topped with a steamed 14-legged isopod that looks like something out of an Alien movie. The Ramen Boy restaurant recently took to Facebook to announce its latest dish, a bowl of ramen featuring a generous helping of a giant isopod, the Bathynomus giganteus, which describes as a dream ingredient called giant isopod with creamy chicken broth ramen. That sounds disgusting. The dish consists of a large bowl of ramen and a large isopod steamed in its own shell. To prepare the deep sea crustacean, the cooks remove the stomach viscera, keeping the creamy glands for consumption, and steam it. The white meat is said to taste like lobster and crab, while the yellow glands are unexpectedly sweet. That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Creamy glands.
Absolutely disgusting.
I would eat that.
You know what? You know what? Be fair, it looks like shit. I do not like the word in creamy glands.
Yeah, I want
Like
to
that should
throw
never
up
be
now.
for any food. Like imagine getting a hot dog and you're gonna love these creamy buttholes and lips or whatever it's made out of.
I would, you know what?
Like, that's
I'm not
bad,
gonna make
but-
any judgment. I'm not gonna make any
It looks
judgment.
like shit.
I've-
Might smell like shit,
I've
but
eaten
it's
grub
probably
worms.
delicious.
So,
Yeah, I've eaten some questionable stuff that looks gross, but it tasted really good. And you know, again, don't judge a book by its cover. Big old disgusting
well,
isopod.
like,
I don't know why they
like
decided to
grub
have the
worms
whole
taste like
thing.
turkey.
I don't know why they had the whole thing laying on the top of it. That's kind of a bad photo, but I mean, I guess that doesn't look good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would try it. I would try it.
I
And
would
the
not.
creamy glands, you would try the creamy glands.
Absolutely disgusting.
That's like
Yeah.
eating a fucking alien.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
no!
I mean, I've eaten grub worms out of the ground, and it tastes like turkey.
It tastes like what?
Turkey.
Turkey.
No. Holy well, I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way to eat a grub worm, but if there's ever the opportunity, I might try it. Now that you said that, I've had alligator. I mean, that tastes literally like chicken, but at the same token, why wouldn't I just eat a piece of chicken?
I want to try kangaroo. I heard it's hopping.
Oh,
Hold on. I have to do this. There we go. Anyway, what else do we have here?
this is my spirit animal right here. The 82-year-old monk who died without ever seeing a real woman or touching grass.
Without
Must have
ever
been a
seeing a
Reddit.
real woman. What was he up in Seattle? Like.
That was the only monk that was on Reddit.
Mihailo Toloto was a Greek monk who spent his entire 82-year life on Mount Athos without ever laying eyes on an actual woman. Born in the year 1856, Mihailo Toloto faced
Really
adversity.
quick though.
Faced
Not to
adversity
interrupt.
from the moment he came into the world. His mother died just 4 hours after his birth, and with no father to
Nice.
claim him as their own, he was abandoned on the steps of a monastery located on Mount Athos, the center of Orthodox monasticism. The monk there took him in, and the monastery became his permanent home. Raised and educated within the walled monastery, Mihailo became a monk who reportedly never ventured off the mountain until his death in 1938. And since women are not permitted to set foot on Mount Athos, Mihailo Toloto died without ever seeing a woman. Yikes.
But
Wow.
the title implies that he's seen like a carved wooden woman, perhaps, or a styrofoam woman. You know,
An
depending on what
effigy,
era
yeah, probably.
you've seen them. Yeah, it's like Would you
It
like
would go
to
without
see-
saying. It would go without saying that he knew what a woman was, but never actually laid
sure,
eyes
yeah.
on a living, breathing woman.
Wild. I mean, like, even at that point, it's like, do you even believe that they exist at that point? It's like, because you've never seen one.
Well, I
Who's
mean,
to say? Somebody's like, oh, I saw somebody with a honking mommy milkers, and they were making breast milk coffee or whatever it was in Russia. And then they're like, no, that doesn't exist. I've never seen that with my own eyes. I refuse to believe you. You're lying.
well, I mean, like, that would completely contradict exactly what he is. He's a religious person, and they believe things that you can't see. So.
True. Yeah. I mean, I can't see God, but I believe in it.
I can see God. I see a little bit of God in every one of you guys. So.
He did die for our sins, after all.
Now, this one's interesting.
Well, Okay.
What were you gonna
No.
say?
I just
don't
can't
know.
believe that title. That's a really good title.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Who wants to read this?
Placebo
Somebody,
treatment
please.
restores blind woman's eyesight. So if we can do this to this woman, we can trick Stevie Wonder into seeing. Imagine the piano parts he'll be playing when he can see.
Is Stevie Wonder still alive?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He's just like crusty now, but
Huh.
so are most good musicians. They're all crunchy, crusty, old. But
It says here an 80-year-old woman who lost her eyesight over a decade ago due to glaucoma recently recovered her vision after being administered a placebo treatment for her chronic back pain. One night 12 years ago, Lenny Hood, an award-winning writer from Dunedin in New Zealand, was reading a book when the vision in her left eye suddenly became blurry. That's frightening. She blamed it on tiredness
I
and
was really
decided
gonna
to...
say that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Imagine you're just minding your P's and Q's, and all of a sudden you're fucking blind out of nowhere. Like,
Just-
And the name of, by the way, the name of the town is Dunedin.
Dumadine, thank you. Dunedain.
Madone.
She blamed it on tiredness and decided to turn in, but the next morning the blurriness in her eyesight had not gone away. She was soon diagnosed with a fairly rare form of glaucoma, and the doctor notified her that her condition would probably never improve, and that it was now only a matter of time of keeping the condition from advancing. She eventually became legally blind, being unable to read and write due to her glaucoma. Then, over a decade later, an accidental miracle occurred, and Hood's eyesight returned.
Is that her with the golf ball on her head? Or
I believe so.
whatever that is, yeah.
Says,
Wow.
as if her severely damaged eyesight was not enough of a problem, in 2020, just 3 years ago, Lenny Hood fell and fractured her pelvis, which left her with severe back pain. However, this turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as it gave her the opportunity to participate in a University of Otago chronic pain treatment research project. She just wanted to alleviate her chronic pain somehow, but the electronic stimulation treatment proved a lot better as something else. The project that Linley Hood signed up for last year consisted of 2 groups that participated in electrical stimulation sessions. Participants in both groups were required to wear a special helmet wired with electrodes, but while received electrical stimulation of the brain, the placebo group only received superficial stimulation of the scalp level. 80-year-old Lenny Hood was in the placebo group without knowing it, but after 4 weeks of electrical stimulation, her deteriorated eyesight recovered to nearly 100%. The woman's ophthalmologist could not believe it. So this is why I keep saying the power of the brain is truly amazing. She accidentally willed her sight to come back by trying to will her back pain to stop in a placebo. Nothing was happening to her. Nothing happened to her outside of what she did to herself. So
the brain can heal your body, and it can also do awful things. Like I had super bad hypochondria growing up, and it would even just thinking about certain like hypochondriac things. Like, no, they were like, yeah, your heart is fluttering, but it's literally just you thinking yourself to death. I was like, oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories out there about people who are so sure that they have like a disease or whatever that their body actually develops the disease. Like.
But shocked too. If we would have just zapped the shit out of Helen Keller, they might have been able to speak. Unbelievable.
Well, that's a bit radical, but it might work. Who knows? Anyway, this is this one made me chuckle here.
Oh, what a title! Wow.
Who wants to read?
That's fucking petty. That is like the definition of petty.
Passive aggressive.
I can't see the whole part because of the skirt.
Okay.
Bring it down just a little bit. Bring it down.
It's as down as it can go.
Landlord driven nuts by tenant who underpays by 1 cent per week.
Wow. 1 cent. Like, and of course, an Australian landlord took to a Facebook group to vent his frustration with a tenant who deliberately underpays his rent by 1 cent every week. The anonymous homeowner wrote on a landlord Facebook group asking his peers for advice on how to handle a cheeky tenant who reportedly underpays his rent by 1 cent every week. Apparently, the rent was set at 1,200 Australian dollars per week, but the person living there in the house only pays $1,199.99 Australian per week. With 52 weeks in a year, it hardly seems like a massive loss for the tenant, but they claim to be losing their mind over the situation and are asking for advice in order to keep their sanity. Meanwhile, the tenant seems to think that they are well within their rights with the 1 cent weekly deduction. If you're really gonna get this butthurt over a penny, wow, I've heard of some miserly people, but this is ridiculous. A penny, really? 52 cents. You're gonna cry over 52 cents. Wow, ridiculous.
Yeah, kind of more so bad on the, landlord's part that they're complaining about that. How stingy do you have to be that 1 cent gets you upset?
Well, see, that makes me wonder what happened. Because, somebody's not just gonna, do something like that just out of,
Yeah.
So what was the landlord doing to this tenant to piss him off to this point? Now, what I would do is...
I don't think it really matters. Because it's a rental agreement.
Yeah. Now, see, what I would do is I would pay 1 penny more and be like, oh, you seem to be in financial trouble. Here's another penny. I would give them, because that's even more rude. So that's what I would do. Because really, what's 52 cents? That's interesting.
Right, but I don't know. I break it down to the fact that they both have a rental agreement, and the person shorting them 1 penny is violating the agreement, even though it's 1 penny, and it's really, in reality, it's actually trivial. But it's still, the tenant is still violating the rental agreement.
You are 100% correct. I will agree with you on that.
Oh.
So, yo, Loki, welcome.
Heyo.
That's my name.
Oh.
Well, here we
Your name
go.
is Heyo?
No, I thought you said ayo. I don't know. Anyway, what else do we have here?
Woman quits her job because of a full-time daughter paid by her parents.
Huh. Alright. Kind of sounds like my position. I'm a full-time son right now. 40-year-old woman's decision to quit her job to become a full-time daughter in the employment of her own parents has sparked controversy in China. Last year, after 15 years of working for a news agency, 40-year-old Ninan quit her job. She had to be on call virtually 24 hours a day and was constantly under tremendous stress. Luckily, her parents came up with a better employment offer if she just quit the job that made her so miserable. Quote, why don't you just quit your job? We'll take care of you financially, end quote. The woman's parents said, promising to pay her 4,000 yuan or $570 per month if she just came and lived with them. That obviously meant no more housing costs and saving massively on food and various household items, as the parents would take care of such expenses. So Nanan quit her job and became a full-time daughter. After a year in her parents' employment, Nanan describes her profession as one filled with love. She spends her days accompanying her mother and father when they go grocery shopping. She cooks dinner with them every evening, drives them around when they need to, and even has an hour to dance with them every day. That is awesome.
That sounds terrific.
Yeah. The job was stressing her out. Get out of that. I personally, would have, tried to find a different job. And, with this on the back burner as, a fail-safe if I can't find anything else. As someone who's been living as a full-time son, more or less, I am chomping at the bit to get out and get to work, but I can't in California, so, but yeah, that's still pretty cool, essentially she's a caretaker for her parents, and, a lot of people are doing that, a lot of people, the whole thing about, moving out and starting your own life and everything, at the age of, 20 to 30, that's unfortunately become a thing of the past, and I was born just a few years too late to experience that. That's really sad, but Some other people are lucky, like Loki. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here. Who wants to read this?
C-Man fights to keep giant Transformer statue outside his home.
Huh. So, yeah, he has giant Transformer statues. So, a Washington, D.C. man is fighting to keep the giant Transformer statue outside his home as he's involved, and he's involved actors from the franchise in his efforts. Wow. Newton Howard, a renowned brain scientist, commissioned an artist to create the massive statues of Autobots Bumblebee and Optimus Prime from old car parts back in January of 2021, and the installation of the two Transformer sculptures quickly received complaints from neighbors. Wow. Really? Howard's neighbors in Georgetown complained the statues don't match the neighborhood's aesthetic and represent a safety hazard due to drawing in a steady stream of visitors seeking photos with the Autobots. The statues were a subject of discussion at the district's monthly public safety committee meeting, which was held virtually on Thursday. Howard brought along actors Peter Cullen and Dan Gilvezan to speak in favor of the artworks. Golan has voiced Optimus Prime in numerous animated and live-action Transformers projects, and Gilvezan voiced Bumblebee in the original 84 to 87 Transformers animated series. Cool. So we got the old school guys helping with them.
Nice.
Like, I don't understand what is with people and they're like, oh, your statues don't match the aesthetic of the neighborhood. I'm gonna be an uppity little bitch. Rabble. Dude, go suck an egg, you know? Like, let the guy enjoy his statues. Come on, you know?
But I don't want to suck an egg.
Oh, fine. Suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Yeah.
I don't think my suction is that powerful.
I'm not going to comment. There's something I really want to say, but not on air.
but I bet Loki can start a diesel.
All right, let's move on up here. What else do we have? Loki, do you want to read a couple headlines?
Senior prank list Maryland High School for sale on Zillow?
Huh.
Wait, they listed the school on Zillow?
Yeah!
What the hell?
Oh, senior pranks, I love them. A Maryland high
That'd be
school...
quite a house to buy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
a Maryland high school was listed on Zillow for $42,069. 420.69. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. And what a school officials described as a senior prank. Wow, I love this. The listing, which briefly appeared on Zillow before being removed hours later, described the 12,458 square foot Meade High School as a half-working jail. Quote, all 15 bathrooms come with sewage issues, the listing stated. There is a nice spacious kitchen and dining room with a private basketball court. The listing said the property comes with complimentary trash-scented air freshener and water issues. End quote. Wow. Yikes.
That's just fucking hilarious.
My favorite part is the number, 42069, really? Wow. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm going to do my makeshift. 42069. Uber Lead Gaming Hacksaws. I don't know. What else do we got here? This one, huh? Why don't you read this, Loki?
Alright. Pizzeria offers to delay payments until after customers die. Wait, what?
What kind of pizza are they making?
Pizzeria offers to delay the payments until the customer dies?
That's just...
So how do they get their money?
I don't know. Let's see here. A New Zealand-based pizza chain is offering an unusual proposition to customers. Buy now, pay when you die. Hell Pizza, oh my god. They announced the Afterlife Pay promotion was inspired by buy now, pay later schemes adopted by several New Zealand businesses. Quote, we're seeing a growing number of people using the schemes to buy essential items like food, and we think it's taking a step too far when you've got quick service restaurants like ours being asked to offer BNPL, buy now pay later, for what is considered a treat, especially when you consider people are falling behind in their payments, and 10.5% of loans in New Zealand are in arrears, in quotes. Pizza CEO Ben Cummings said on the company's website. Arrears, what is that? Hold on a second. So that's a word I am never come across.
Oh, I thought you meant errors.
No, arrears. Money that is owed and should have been paid earlier. Huh.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's spelled Arrears. Arrears.
Oh.
Huh. Actually.
Arrears.
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 Okay. So it's pronounced arrears. Okay. Well, there we go.
I kind of like how you were saying it more.
Arrears. But wow. So, the pizzeria said 666 customers in New Zealand and 666 customers in Australia will be chosen for the Afterlife Pay program, which will delay payments for pizza until the customer is shuffled off their mortal coil. Wow. So they're really going all out. Hell Pizza, Pay After You Die, 666. You know, something tells me I don't want anything to do with this establishment because I might be going to hell. Like,
I don't understand how that works. How do you pay once you're dead?
how do you pay for a funeral?
With your soul, maybe? I don't know.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe you signed a contract, sign your soul over for some
any
pizza.
of your surviving loved ones had to pay your pizza bill? The fuck?
That is a dick move.
Yeah.
That is dickheaded.
I don't know what to think of this. So.
I'd have to bring my brother back and kill him all over again if he did that to me.
Oh my god.
God.
Yikes.
So the devil opened up a pizzeria in New Zealand.
Apparently. You know what? I need to send this to Alice because she loves New Zealand, and there we go. Anyway, let's move on up here. What else do we have?
Excuse me. Mysterious boom rattles several South Carolina communities.
Yep, here we go again. Authorities in South Carolina are investigating the cause of a mysterious boom that woke residents and shook homes in multiple cities, and officials said they do not believe an earthquake was involved. We've covered this countless times all over the world. Like, these mysterious booms, like, they're just, they're ceaseless. I'm pretty sure everybody...
The aliens, I tell ya.
What?
You know
It's
what
the
I think it
aliens.
is?
They're coming for
I
us.
think it's meteors exploding in the atmosphere.
Maybe. I think honestly it might be like deep underground, like drilling and whatnot. Like they're
It could be too.
Or it could be just like small scale Tunguska event type shit.
Well, here's the thing. These mysterious booms, they started 20, 30 years ago. Like, there haven't been, things of this, especially the amount of times it's been happening, we would have seen, documented, instances just out of the numbers alone throughout, history. Like, this is something recent. Like, it's not all of a sudden we're getting hit by meteors. All of a sudden there's skyquakes, like, something's happening. Like, that's not normal. Like, so... I don't know. I'm no scientician, but, like...
Maybe they're testing some new equipment and it's just making booms in the sky or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's the trumpets of Jericho. Maybe it's wormholes opening. Maybe it's aliens. I don't know. There's 1,000 things it could be. But I know it's not natural.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, what else do we have here? Oh, yeah. This is a Nurgle one to read here.
Georgia reminds digital driver's license users to wear clothes for photo.
Wow.
Okay.
That's here.
Tell me what to do.
Okay, the Georgia Department of Driver Services issued an unusual reminder for residents taking advantage of the state's new digital driver's licenses and IDs. Please take pictures with your clothes on. The department said in a Facebook post that residents are being asked to ensure that they are keeping things classy when snapping selfies for their digital licenses IDs. Pardon me. Which allow Apple Wallet users to leave their physical copies in their wallet when passing through TSA checkpoints. Quote, attention, lovely people of the digital era, the post reads. Please take pictures with your clothes on when submitting them for your digital driver's ID, licenses, and all that stuff, yada yada. End quote. It was unclear whether the reminder was prompted by some residents failing to follow the advice. Just don't take pictures of yourself naked for, like, official, like, government documents. Come on.
That was such a... I'm sorry, I almost dropped my pipe that I was scraping.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't lose anything, man. That was such a fucking ninja move.
Oh, good.
Like, my heart's literally racing over this.
All right, call Goose for everything's cool.
Alright.
What else do we have here, people?
People.
Brady Bunch house on the market for $5.5 million in Los Angeles.
Huh. All right. Yeah, the Los Angeles home, made famous by exterior shots in the TV series The Brady Bunch, is on the market with an asking price of $5.5 million. The Brady Bunch house, which was previously sold to cable network HGTV in 2018, served as the family's home and exterior shots of the 1970s comedy, while scenes set inside the home were filmed on a soundstage. HGTV aired a series of specials that featured the inside of the house being remodeled into a replica of the show's interior set. The listing says the home will be sold fully furnished with Brady-inspired items, including a green floral living room couch and a 3D printed replica of the series' horse sculpture. Huh. All right. So that's cool. If anybody wants to live in the Brady's house, there you go. $5.5 million, which actually isn't that bad for an LA home. Like, I'm surprised they didn't bump it to 10 just because of what it was. Like, well. Anyway, what else do we have here?
What in the... Well, apparently we got the world's largest T-shirt unfurled in Romania.
Yeah. On the Guinness World Records here, the largest T-shirt is 108.96 meters, or 357.48 feet long, and 73.48 meters, or 241.08 feet wide, achieved by Associa 1111, Kaufland, Romania, and Federația Romania. After the record attempt, the T-shirt was broken down into 10,000 individual items of clothing for underprivileged children. Well, that's cool. But, wow. Let's mute that. And he has to be standing on the shirt. Look at the size of that. That is enormous. So.
And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Wow.
But guess what? That's one T-shirt your ex will never be able to leave with.
Huh. Yeah. Ha! Ha! No, she won't leave it. She'll kick you out of the shirt. She doesn't want the house. Imagine getting kicked out of a shirt. Wow. Here we go. This is kind of concerning. Who wants to read?
I'll give it to Rompus.
Rompus isn't here.
Oh, I'll give it to Loki then.
A Maryland man has been carrying an AR-15 style rifle near a school bus stop. Oh God.
Ooh. The issue of gun control.
That's a no bueno.
This sounds like a false flag. Like another federal agent. Remember that Nazi flag thing that they laid out for a perfect photo op. Because white supremacy isn't real, so they have to make it up. So I have a feeling that this is in that same vein of thinking. Like they're really trying, to gaslight everybody. Says here, the issue of gun control came to a head in Maryland after a man began regularly standing at a school bus stop with an AR-15 style rifle in his hands. He's probably trying to protect the kids when you think about it, because Maryland, that's where Washington, D.C. is, and, what is Washington, D.C. strife with? People who enjoy children a little too much. So, for the past few weeks, Jidin Mekadori, at the age of 20, has been strolling around his neighborhood in Severn, Maryland, with a long gun in what he says is a protest against recent state gun control legislation. Yes, fight the power. Police say his actions are illegal. No, they're not. The right to bear arms. He's bearing his arms. The Second Amendment.
No, sorry, dude. It says legal.
Oh, his actions are legal. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm so caught up with how the police would do things. I read something wrong. Okay, so good. They are legal. Mekadori has not yet responded to NPR's request for comment, but he told WBAL-TV, which first reported on the controversy, quote, "Guns can be safe if it's controlled by the right person." He added, I really wasn't coming out here for the kids. I was coming out here to show people that it is legal," end quote. Yeah. So, all right. So keep doing that, man. Like, fight the power. Like, that's what we need. We need people out in the streets standing up for what's right. Not burning things down, not getting aggressive, not attacking people. We need people to stand firm for the right. So.
Well, I'm glad the police didn't take any action because, well, they would have been committing a crime to do that.
Yeah, well, they've been committing crimes left, right, and center all over the time, and it's always up to them to investigate themselves. And surprise, surprise, they never find any wrongdoing. So.
No, of course not, because they're all part of the same freaking group. They never see anything wrong with their actions because they're the police. They're the law.
Well, they got to start.
Well,
they got to start enforcing it on themselves. So.
Exactly.
Yep. What else do we have?
Not going on a tangent.
Yeah. Now I think this is your spirit animal, Loki.
Bear helps itself to 60 cupcakes from Connecticut bakery. Scares employees. Yeah, this sounds like my kind of animal.
I don't even think he needs to be in bear form. I can just imagine Loki just strolling into a bakery and began ravenously devouring all the treats while the customers are in complete total shock and awe, terrified to move. Just
Man, I'd have to be some kind of crazy hungry to go steal some cupcakes.
Well, it says here, a hungry black bear barged into the garage of a Connecticut bakery, scared several employees, and helped itself to 60 cupcakes before ambling away. Workers at Taste by Spellbound in the town of Avon were loading cakes into a van for delivery on Wednesday when the bear showed up. There are between 1,000 to 1,200 black bears living in Connecticut, the state environmental agency says, with sightings last year in 158 of the state's 169 towns and cities. Bakery owner Miriam Stevens wrote in an Instagram post that she heard employee Mari Williams screaming bloody murder and yelling that there was a bear in the garage. There's a bear in the garage! Run! Williams told TV station WTNH that she shouted to scare the bear off, but it retreated and came back 3 times. That bear was getting those cupcakes. Ain't no stopping that bear.
You weren't stopping him.
Yeah.
You should have shut the garage, you idiots.
Yeah, well, maybe she did, and the bear... Imagine the bear, operating one of those pull chains to open the garage door back up. It's like, no, I'm getting those cupcakes.
Oh, God.
Oh, my... This gained sentience.
Hey, boo-boo, I'm gonna get these cupcakes.
I don't know, Yogi. The baker's gonna be awfully upset.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit, boo-boo. Ranger Smith can kiss my ass.
Cupcakes.
All right, this one gonna require some reading. So.
Oh, Danish masters prepared canvas with leftovers from brewing beer. I'm very confused.
I am too. Danish painters in the 19th century may have turned to an unusual source for some of their supplies, breweries. Researchers examined paintings from the Danish Golden Age and found traces of yeast and grains. This suggests painters were turning to byproducts from local breweries to prepare canvases, they reported Wednesday in the journal Science Advances. So
That's
basically they were using after they emptied out the barrels and stuff of the beer, they used the residue to prepare the canvas to paint on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh. All right. That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, once again, I failed to mention this at the top of the show. For links to all of these articles, the ones we've read and the ones we're going to, please refer to the underwater description below. As I always say, they do the work. We just read it to you. So please give them the foot traffic. Go over there, read the full article yourself. It's really interesting. So, but yeah. Huh. What else do we have? Huh.
Man steals backhoe for 10-mile drive. For a 10-mile drive to Illinois airport to catch flight.
Something tells me he didn't make it to the plane. So.
Yeah.
A Southern
Backhoes
Illinois
are
man
very
has
quick.
been. I'm sorry?
I don't think a backhoe is very quick, is it?
No, but it's faster
not
than
sure.
walking. So.
Yeah, that's true.
This is literally something out of GTA.
Yep.
A Southern Illinois man has been charged with grand theft, by the way, for allegedly stealing a backhoe to drive about 10 miles or 16 kilometers to an airport to catch a flight, authorities said. Security camera footage shows a Carbondale man arriving at Veterans Airport in Southern Illinois atop a backhoe and leaving it in the airport parking lot Thursday, the Williamson County Sheriff's Office said. Footage captured the man walking across the street from the lot to the airport lobby, carrying a guitar case, the Sheriff's Office said as well. The owner of the backhoe arrived at the airport a short time later and identified the equipment as belonging to his company. Once again, the Sheriff's Office said. Why are you saying that multiple times, author? The owner said the machine typically used to move large debris has been parked at a job site. Well, okay. That's still pretty wild. Pretty boring way to say that story. I guess it didn't need any pizzazz. That's pretty crazy.
Well, not to mention the fact that they said allegedly. Like, you know he did it. Don't say allegedly. Like, it's factual.
Yeah.
Like, we know he did do it.
Well, we got another article here that reminds me of something Loki would do.
Oh, no. Man shot roommate after accusing him of eating the last Hot Pocket, police say.
Police say.
Okay, again, I would like to say, I would only do this in an extreme case.
Well, maybe this is an extreme case.
It shouldn't be. It's a fucking Hot Pocket.
Hot
Flipping the
Pocket.
tip. You know, it sounds like he got off of work. He was really looking forward to that Hot Pocket. And that just
He got
completely
stoned
ruined his day.
waiting for the Hot Pocket just to find that it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is Jim. Maybe I should email this to Jim Gaffigan because he would love this. So it's from Louisville, Kentucky. A man in Kentucky's largest city is facing criminal charges after allegedly shooting his roommate during a dispute over a Hot Pocket, authorities say. Don't I know somebody in Kentucky? No. I don't know. Clifton Williams, at the age of 64, was arrested on assault charges Sunday after he accused his roommate of eating their last Hot Pocket and attacked him, shooting him in the buttocks, Louisville Metro Police Department officials told WLKY-TV. So he shot him in the ass. Yikes. According to police, Williams started throwing tiles at the man after he realized the last microwavable turnover was gone. He then shot him in the butt as he tried to escape. Williams is prohibited from contacting the victim, who was taken to UOFL Hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. His bond was set at $7,500. That's an expensive Hot Pocket. And he never even got his damn Hot Pocket.
God damn.
I mean, like, so he was throwing
Bet he
tiles
got
at it.
turned into a Hot Pocket in jail.
Oh, boy. He's getting his meat stuffed with that cheese, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, my God. Good thing the camera doesn't pick up anything from here down.
Oh, God.
You're fucking weird.
I am. Now, here you
You're
go.
the one saying that?
Takes one to know one.
Hey, that's saying something coming from me.
Exactly. And I'll take that as a compliment. Mr. Nurgle, you haven't read one in a while.
That's because I've been kind of dozing off. But sustainable till death do us part, and 45 days beyond. Mushroom coffin. A last best wish for some.
All right. So after you get the pizza deal, then you can die in a mushroom coffin, and maybe they can harvest the mushrooms to be put on another pizza. But would that be cannibalism?
Oh, no. Get this. I read a different article. This was like years ago. It was mushroom surfboards.
Huh.
And it's something that's done in California, I think it was.
Of course.
They grow a certain type of mushroom, and it can be molded and shaped into a surfboard.
That sounds like
that is just as sturdy as any other surfboard.
That sounds like they're harvesting the mycelium, which is like the main body of the mushroom.
One. I don't know.
But let me look this up here. Mushroom surfboard. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Huh. Well, I'll be damned.
Yes. Yeah.
We got 2 articles here. Oh, let's see here. Images. Hold on a second. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, right there. Mycelium gets its strength from chitin, the same stuff that makes the crab's exoskeleton durable and tough. All right. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, and that's the 2 dudes right down there.
That's
that
really
I
cool.
saw the video on.
That is really cool. I gotta add these in the underbar afterwards. Anyway, this article goes on to says, for those seeking to live in the most sustainable way, there is now an afterlife too. A Dutch intrepid inventor is now growing coffins by putting mycelium, the root structure of mushrooms, together with hemp fiber in a special mold that, in a week, turns into what could basically be compared to the looks of an unpainted Egyptian sarcophagus. And while traditional wooden coffins come from trees that can take decades to grow and years to break down in the soil, the mushroom versions biodegrades and delivers their remnants to nature in barely a month and a half. Well, all right, maybe we might be seeing how coffins are changed. Although people are now like turning themselves into mulch, people are cremating themselves. So my mom, God rest her soul, she actually donated her body to science, and then they cremated her afterwards. So and that's what my sister did as well. I believe my dad's going to be doing the same thing, and maybe I will. I don't know. Like if there's anything left to discover, we'll see. But this is really interesting. Once again, mycelium, making the basic structure. So basically, what you said about the surfboard, but now it's coffins. It's kind of the same shape, but a little bit more depth. Yeah. That pun was unintended, but I will do this anyway. Anyway, what else do we got here?
Felling of historic oak trees sparks outrage in Lithuania as mayor says developer should be fined. He most certainly should.
Yikes. Yeah, the felling of a healthy century-old oak, and century is 100 years, by the way, without permission in downtown Vilnius has caused outrage in Lithuania, with the city's mayor seeking to impose a fine of 141,000 euros on the development company responsible. Yes, make them pay.
Good.
Hurt
Do
them.
it.
Hurt them.
Make an example of these idiots.
The tree was
You
cut
should not
down.
be felling such an old tree.
The tree was cut down on Saturday on an undeveloped plot of land in the capital of the Baltic country, which once considered oaks sacred. New construction is planned for the site. The developer, an Estonian-owned real estate company, said that the tree was damaging drainage. It said the removal of the oak was envisioned in the detailed plan for the plot, that no permit was necessary because the tree was growing on utility lines. Here's the thing. We can move the utility lines and the sewage and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Don't
you can't
cut down
move a
trees
tree
like
very
this.
well.
Absolutely disgusting. The fine isn't enough. I would say cut this guy down. Give this motherfucker the death penalty. Let's see how much he likes it when we come at him with a chainsaw.
Or we could just take his knees.
That too. Well, how do you think we're gonna? Well, that's what the chainsaw is for.
Yeah, take his knees.
Yeah, there you go. Cut him in half like Cotton Hill, except this guy doesn't get to kill 50 men. So.
Nah, cut him in half like Darth Maul.
Oh,
he
God.
just doesn't get to come back for revenge.
Yep. But yeah, no, I am absolutely appalled at this person. I personally want to hurt him. But yeah.
This is just disgusting.
Yeah. Let's move on up. Here we go.
Rare video footage suggests octopus may experience nightmares.
And see,
that's already horrifying in and of itself.
They misspelled the plural of octopi, which is octopi, not octopuses, although the second one is apparently accepted, but not by me. It says, recent observations made at the Rockefeller University in New York show an octopus potentially experiencing a nightmare. Costello, an octopus insularis, was filmed several times by postdoctoral researcher Eric Angel Ramos, sleeping peacefully and then suddenly thrashing its tentacles, reports Live Science, indicating a sleep disturbance. So let's see.
Maybe?
Here. So, is it asleep? Or is this where it's going to sleep? Okay, here we go. His colors and skin texture begin to change while he's asleep. Oh, I see him over there on the wall. It's a little small. Let me bigger that for you. So they believe that the octopus is dreaming. I mean, that would make sense.
Oh, there. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna pause it there to try to push viewers to go and watch this themselves. That's pretty cool, though. I believe everything has a soul. I believe everything is conscious. Like the theory that self-awareness is limited to humans is complete and total lie as far as I'm concerned. Everything is self-conscious to some degree. Everything has dreams. Everything feels pain. Everything has ambitions. One degree or
what
another.
was that one video? I think it was posted here in the channels. One of the channels, like the killer whales, they're starting to attack boats.
Yeah, I watched that. They're targeting boats. That's
very scary.
Yeah, the video that you're talking about. They mentioned, and actually, let me see if I can find it here real quick. But they mentioned that it targeted and attacked and sunk a small sail yacht.
It also mentioned there was 15 other attacks too, or something like that.
Yeah, I got it up here.
I think, what was it? He said.
Now here's the thing.
It might be something that happened, like a traumatic event for one of the members of a pod, and now they're just teaching the pod, attack these.
Maybe, but here's the thing. It is NBC News. This might be an angle on environmentalism, yada yada.
Maybe.
So
who knows? You gotta take the news with a grain of salt, frankly.
Yep. This one really interests me. I can't wait to read this.
The real reason why people wore powdered wigs.
Well, let's see.
Huh.
If you ever look closely at paintings featuring our founding fathers, you'll notice the fashion at the time included some unique items: white woolen or silk stockings to their knees, a long frock coat, and a wig. These might seem strange choices today, but wigs were quite the fashion statement back then. They were also a sign that you were part of an elite group of them that could afford them. So we owe historical fashion wigs to a king. We all know about the pompadour wigs and all that stuff. There was another reason wigs were popular. The 1600s brought a major rise in cases of syphilis in Europe, and some of the most obvious signs of the disease were skin sores, rashes, and patchy hair loss. Bald patches were considered undignified, and wigs soon became a very practical way of hiding those issues. England's King Charles II, who was a cousin of Louis XIV, was showing common symptoms of syphilis when he started to wear a wig. Okay, so it's to avoid being known that you have syphilis. Wonderful. Yikes.
I also learned that the wig... Oh, sorry.
No, I'm gonna hop off. I got a few things I gotta go take care of. Uh,
All right, man.
I
You
just
have a
want-
good one.
you too. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a nice day and enjoy the show.
Will do. You too, man.
As I was gonna say, my mother told me a little something about the wigs as well. Like the ladies, they would always carry around a specific kind of a needle to just scratch their head so they didn't ruin the wig or ruin the hairstyle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they would have like all sorts of like bugs or something else
yeah.
like itching their head, so they would use the little needle, scratch without ruining their hair.
Oh, that's absolutely disgusting.
It was, and that's why a lot of them had the powder as well. The powder was to try and get rid of the bugs and to get rid of to alleviate the sores.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's what the powder was meant for, but as we know,
Well, let's see here. Let me bring this back up. What's with the powdered part, though? King Louis XIV had his own wig room at the palace, so he had many wigs available. This gave him a chance to let some air out from time to time, or he could have his personal wig maker clean them while he wore another one. But most people didn't have that option, which meant they wore the same one over and over, and things often got smelly. This was the result of many things, including hygiene, blah, blah, blah. To fight the smell, wig makers came up with a plan. Flour mixed with chalk and kaolin, which is a type of soft clay, and perfumed with lavender and other essences like cinnamon and amber. As a bonus, the powder would make white wigs, the most expensive kind, even whiter, so they looked brighter and renewed after every powdering. So on top of what you had to say, that as well. So, So that's interesting. But
Very.
What else do we have here?
We got the world's first 3D printed rocket actually takes off.
Ooh, 3D printing a product of 3D printing has the wherewithal to withstand a rocket ignition. That's pretty cool. So, did you know that the
3D printing?
It says here the 3D printing concept goes all the way back to 1945, so that's not right. But I'm launching the history books. View this post on Instagram. It's not letting me view this post on Instagram. Here we go. Let's see here. So is this game changer? The first launch of the Terran 1 launch. So is this entire rocket 3D printed? I don't know.
Terran 1 has cleared the tower.
Alright, so it says here, according to relativity, Terran 1 represents just one portion of a much more rigorous path towards 3D printing success. They hope to one day reach the goal of manufacturing a rocket that's 95% 3D printed. Terran 1 is nothing to sneeze at, though. Before launch, it came in at 110 feet tall and 7.5 feet wide. These stats alone make it the largest 3D printed object on the planet. Damn. Wow. Cool. So, history brought to you by the Omni Coalition, people. So.
Oh, speaking of 3D printing, I've been watching this guy. He's 3D printed a Master Chief statue.
Huh.
A life-size one.
Ooh.
And, what were those aliens called with the swords? Like those...
The Predators?
Whatever they're called.
In the Halo?
Yeah, in Halo. I can't remember their name for the life of me.
The Elites?
Yes, it was the main elite guy. I don't know what his name was. He was like some chosen one.
Oh, you're talking about the Arbiter.
Arbiter, that's his name.
Okay.
He's 3D. This guy is 3D printing an Arbiter, and it's gonna be a life size as well. And like his foot alone weighed like a couple pounds.
Let's take a look at this. Ah. Dude,
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
that guy right there.
Master Chief is not that short. Or maybe he's a tall guy. I don't know. Oh, this looks.
Who knows?
This looks more correct here. So, that's pretty cool though. No, 3D printed
That is.
Arbiter. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the
Right
concept.
there, down further.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
There's the Arbiter. He's not
Dang.
as cleaned up as Master Chief just yet.
That's cool. So,
But
anyway.
I would think like the Arbiter aliens would be a lot bigger than Master Chief.
Oh yeah, he is. Like you can tell.
Yeah.
Like he is. He's probably even like hunched down a little bit. So.
Oh, Master Chief is on a platform too.
But not that much of a platform.
Well,
So. Well, anyway, that'll conclude the show. Once again, check the underbar in the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual, we stream every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 Mountain, 5 Central.
and 6 Eastern.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
And I am Loki Lycan.
We also had Rhombusser in at the beginning. Nurgle was here for a little bit. Didn't we have somebody else? I swear we had
I
somebody.
think we had Joe Rogan earlier.
Yes, that's right. Creek Alley. He was here for a little bit as well. That is correct. Thank you. And of course, you viewer are you. And until you catch us next Tuesday, or if you're interested in some history, we have a history show we do every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time. And this Sunday, we have the Kicked Peanuts at 3 p.m. That's our time thing, 11 and 3, all for thee. So yeah, until whenever you see us again, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!